Okay, a very good afternoon to all the students, hoping for your wellness and your safety. On behalf of Medicaps Innovation and Incubation Center and eCell of Medicaps University, I am Mr. Sagar Pandya. Welcome all of you in today's webinar on business model. It gives me immense warmth and great pleasure to grace all of your presence in the interest of entire committee. It gives me tremendous contentment to be presenting the welcome speech amongst the most esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields. First of all, I am pleased to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sunil K. Somani sir, and Registrar Dr. Pradyuman Yadav sir, and all the deans, head of the departments, head of MIIC, Dr. Sarita Kansal ma'am, head of eCell, Professor Ramjan sir, and all the members of MIIC and eCell, and all the members, faculty members, and all the participants. First of all, I take this opportunity to give a glimpse of Medicaps University. Medicaps University is one of the brand name in the arena of technical education, and it is contributing in making Indore an educational hub. Since its inception in July 2000, the group consistently aims at creating an ideal ambience for budding technocrats and helping them to grow like a true professionals. In year 2015, we got the approval from UGC to be a self-financed university and admission for SAM, and in 2016, since then we have included many courses other than engineering like management, agriculture, pharmacy, design, commerce, science, art, etc. Since we have created our own brand in the central India, till date, more than 12,000 students have been passed out from Medicaps University, and we are working globally, and around 7,000 students currently studying in various programs. Now about when we talk about MIIC, Medicaps Innovation and Incubation Center, it was established in the year 2018 with the aim of provoking innovation and making startups. We believe in setting the stage for energetic, enthusiastic, and aspiring entrepreneurs. We encourage talents and innovators, and we give opportunity to potential change makers of the industry, thereby contributing towards a positive change. Medicaps University Incubation Cell supports technical ventures and lab stage innovations. As we are all here to attend a webinar on business models, and we have with us today's speaker, Mr. Kiran Vivrekar, Assistant Professor in Medicaps University. Mr. Kiran Vivrekar has completed Bachelor of Engineering from MITM in 2007, and he has also completed MBA from IMS Institute of Management Studies, DAVV Indore, with specialization in Operation and Industrial Management in 2013. He has also has industrial experience at Kirloskar Industry in Devas, and he has 10 years of teaching experience with more than 10 research papers and so many certifications. And I am so much pleased to invite such a personality to have an insight on business models. And moving further, let me invite Mr. Kiran Vivrekar. Sir, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Kiran Vivekar, and the ECL of Medicaps University doing the work to promote the entrepreneurship in the students of the university. And entrepreneurship is a very big task, big challenge, and it's a big thing to many of you. I think all the attendees are the aspirant of the entrepreneurship. So see dreams, see big dreams, because dreams becomes reality. And with these words, I will like to introduce the today's topic of discussion, that is business model. So, in a path or in the path of becoming an entrepreneur, business model is playing a very important role when you establish a new venture. And for today's session, we will discuss the insights of this, what is a business model and how you will select or develop a good business model. Okay, this is the outline of today's session. We are going to discuss on the following points, or we will concentrate our discussion on the following points only. The startup process, what is a business model? Then we go into some little bit in depth and try to understand the components of a business model, that what are the different components of a business model. Then the importance of business model, and the most curious question about that, are business model and the business plan are same or different? So I will try to make the answer of this particular question, that business model or business plans are same or different. Then we will try to discuss with different types of business model in the availables, or we look the insights of various business models, and we find an strategy to develop an ideal business model. And lastly, final thoughts and your queries. So let's begin with the understanding of startup process and where the business model exactly stand in the startup process. The startup process, it's have 5 phases. You can, I think all of you know about the establishment or the new product development process. So a startup process having 5 phases, which start with the idea generation, ideation, where you develop a new idea from the market survey or the requirement of the customer. Then you build a concept around that idea. Then you come to the building of a prototype, first type of your product, where you test it for the market launch. And somewhere at later stage, the business model come into the picture for your industry or your organization or your venture. The screen is visible. The screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So this is the startup process. So first of all, you have to come to this particular point where ideation takes place. Then you build a concept about that idea, and it's a very difficult process. And then after somewhere later in this stage, you come to the business model. And then after you look like in the screen or the graph, that it will be stabilized. Okay, and then your company and venture is there. Just for information, some important points or some highlights of the startup process. There are 3 new startups launched every second, and 90% of startups are generally failed in starting. The reason is behind that the startups go for premature scaling without analyzing their conditions. They go for premature scaling and they do expansion and other things, and they fails in the later stages. One more interesting fact is that the startups with 2 or more founders are more likely to succeed. Okay, so if you are thinking of starting a startup, then must please find a co-founder with you. Your chances of success will increase. Okay, so let's go into our main topic now. It's just for information and to understand that where business model exactly stand. Okay, so now we'll try to understand what is a business model. We give a formal definition for business model here. A business model is a conceptual structure that supports the viability of the business and explain how it operates, makes money, and how it's intended to achieve its goal. Okay, so business model is basically a conceptual structure of an organization or venture in which you deal with, or you will explain that how you are going to make the money or generate the revenue, and how it will going to satisfy its customer. All the business processes and policies that a company adopts and follows are part of the business model. Um, Here, one definition I am taking, which is given by Management Group Peter Drucker. A business model is supposed to answer who is your customer, what value you can create, add for the customer, and how you can do that at reasonable cost. So this particular definition gives you insight of the business model. That in business model you have to consider that what are your customers and what values are you are going to create or add or provide to this customer. At the same time, the cost will be reasonable. And in nutshell or in a simple way, we can define business model is a description of a company, how a company creates, delivers and captures value for the customer as well as itself. So it is most important that you are creating, delivering and captures the value for customer, but you are creating and capturing the value for yourself also. Okay, so this is the very initial introduction about business model, and let's go in more deep and try to understand the concepts of or the components of business model. Okay, components of a business model are: an ideal business model usually operates or have three aspects. It will be termed as value preposition model. Second is operating model, and third is revenue model. Okay, so business model consists of three basic model inside it. One is value preposition model. What values does the business deliver to the customer? This is called value preposition. So what type of value you are going to provide to your customer? That is the first thing you have to consider when you develop or discuss about your business model. Second, how does the business operate? So it will be termed as operating model, where you talk about the various key resources, key activities, key decisions, parameters. And lastly, how does the business make money? The profit earning is the must for every organization for its sustainability in long run, and no organization can run without earning the profit or can exist into the market for in long run. So how does a business make money? This will be called as revenue model. So you have to develop a revenue model also, and so that you can generate the funds and the money for your operations. Let's go more deeper and try to understand the components individually. What values does the customer, what values does the business deliver to the customers? So first of all, when you talk about the business model, you have to consider the value preposition canvas or value preposition. And you have to make the answers of such questions that who is the customer. You have to define or you have to identify your customers, that who are your customer, and with that you have to make an analysis of such thing that what are the jobs they are want to be done, means what are actually the customer want to or the requirements, what are their pains in doing a job, means what are basically the difficulties faced by the customer in their daily routine or in daily works, and what they do gain by doing the job, or with that you have to also find that what benefits they are getting in back when they perform these types of jobs. So these are the basic questionnaires or the basic questions to give the answers in business model, and in totality it is called as value preposition canvas. We are not going to discuss the canvas here, but these are called as value preposition. So when you build your business model, you have to first of all find out the answers of these types of these questions, which will lead to identify the areas or the things where you deliver the value to the customer by your providing the goods and services. Once these questions are answered, once you get the answers of these questions, the business or the organizations have to answer the another sets of questions which relate business to the customers. So once you get to know that who are our customers and what type of jobs or the work or activity they are performing, and during the performance of this activity, what are the difficulties, the problems faced by the customer, and what are the advantages or values they're getting in return, you have to find that how does business get that particular job done. Means for example, if you I talk about these things that when we have not have such a development of information technology, we used to send the information by the post letter. We used to post the letters, and the information flows from one place to the another place, and it takes around the time of 8 days or 1 week or 1 month. But as the information technology takes place and the technology develops, the various messaging apps comes into the pictures. So how does business get the job done? That is an answer. You have to find that what is the requirement of customer and how you can answer that particular difficulties or the requirements of the customers. So how does business get that job done? How your business will perform that job? Then the next an important thing, that how your business will relieve the customer's pain, means how you are going to reduce the pain or the difficulty or the necessity of the customer. So you have to define this particular thing, you have to answer these particular questions. And lastly, how can business help the customer get the gains, means what the values you are or how you provide the values to your customer at the same time when you are reducing or relieving the customer's pain. Correct. So this will be the first component. When you make and find these answers, you go into the second level where you find the answers. How does the business operate? It is the operating model of the business that elaborates key activities, means what are all offerings does the business sell to the customers, means what are those offerings you are going to sell to the customers. So what are your key activities? Then key partners, all those the direct or indirect organizations or the employees or any other partners who will help you to deliver the values to the customers. Okay, so you have to identify your key partners. Then key resources. What are all resources does the business use to develop and deliver its offering? Means whatever your product or services which you are going to provide to your customer. So what all resources are required to develop those services and the goods or the products which you offer to your customer. Okay, you may ask your queries at the last of this presentation. If you find any difficulty or the queries in, at any topic, you may ask at the last of this presentation. The key channels means what channels does the business use to deliver its offering to the customers, means how you are providing your services or the products to the customers. So you have to select a particular channel through which you will deliver your offerings to your customers. Means it may be in the way where through which you can provide your products to the or deliver your products to the customers. And lastly, you have to maintain a good customer relationship with your customers so that your customer become your loyal to your organization and they going to purchase and again take your services and become the loyal customers. So till now we have discussed about the definition of business model, we understand the three basic components. One is the value proposition, where you provide the value to your customer, and second, operating model or the operating phenomena, where you discuss about your key activities, key partners, and how you operate your organization or business actually. Correct. So these are very basic components through which you run your business. And lastly, which is the most important aspects of any business, to make a money. So making money is important for business to sustain or to be in the market. This component of the business model focuses on elaborating on the financial and how the business make money. Generally, it is called as revenue model. There are lots of revenue model. So in the revenue model, there are basically two components. One is the cost structure and second is the revenue structure. Okay, the cost structure includes all the expenses that the business incurs in creating and delivering value to the customers. Okay, the cost structure that will be include all the expenses incurred during the creation and delivery of the goods or services to or the products, or in other words, value to the customers. And the revenue streams includes all the primary and non-primary revenue streams that the business utilizes. Okay. So these both components combinedly develop the revenue model for any organizations. Now, what is the importance of business model? The business model acts as a blueprint of business and roadmap for its success. Okay. So after when you finalizing your idea and you reach up to a level of building a prototype, the business model playing very important role to sustain your business for long run, and it's provide a roadmap for the success of your business. It is the only documents that make clear the business concept. It will lead to the market opportunity that business capitalize on. So it will be give you a clear picture of your business concept and give you an insights of market opportunity through which you can capitalize or generate the revenues. It also reveals about your target market the business caters to. So it will give you again the availability of target markets, where your target market exists and how you can reach up to that target market and can take benefits from your market, or how you can go for development of new market in the other areas. The problems the business intend to solve, it will be lead to the insights of the problems you are going to solve for the customers, or the customer problems or the customer requirements you are going to fulfill with providing the solutions of that problems in the form of goods and services. The solution the business offers and how it creates customer value, how the business gets its customer. So again, how you can retain your existing customer and adding your new customer to your business and maintaining the relationship with your existing and new customers. The operating model that business follow means what are the key resources are required, what are the key activities you are going to perform, and how you will converting your resources into the final products or in goods or services. And lastly, how the business makes money and what are the costs incurred to get the same. Okay. So these are the importance of business model. And business model gives a reason for the customers to choose your offerings over the other market. So what type of business model you are opting for your business will give a reason to your customer to choose or to select you over your competitor also. People choose Facebook, for example, people choose Facebook or WhatsApp because it have them connected and chat with other people around the world. So this is about your operating model for an example. So over the other options or the alternatives, people tend to choose Facebook or you can say WhatsApp or the other messaging app because of their business model, operating model, which is more better than the other alternatives. And it didn't even charge for it, correct? So that is a somewhat the operating model and revenue model, how they opt or how they build this particular model so that they are not charging for it, so they are generating revenue from somewhere else. And this how you can attract your customer towards your product or services. Netflix business model was preferred over other, just a minute, as it provide value in the form of consistent on-demand content instead of usual TV streaming business model. So Netflix coming with some on-demand type of content, and that's why they are more better than the TV streaming business model. And the customers are preferring over television. Okay. Now we'll try to understand the different types of business model when you go for the building and venture or start a new startup. You have to select one of the business model or you have to develop your own business model for your venture. So what are the different types of business models are there? So on your screen you can find there are lots of business model. We are going to discuss a few of these which are very relevant to the topic. Manufacturer, distributor, retailer, which are very common in the industry. Franchise, brick and mortar, e-commerce, which will come with the electronic platform, and most of the organization now using e-commerce models. Bricks and clicks, freemium, which is a very common type of business model used by the various online services or the games available on Android mobiles. Then subscription, aggregator, online marketplace, and so on. So the list is very long, and I am going to discuss a few of these particular model. Manufacturer, it's a very common type of business model which is generally used by the manufacturing industries. A manufacturer makes finished products from raw material, and it may sell directly to the customers or sell into the middleman, say like a distributor or something. So example like Ford, General Electric, 3M. Manufacturer, how it works, manufacturer basically what manufacturer do, it buys the raw material and creates finished products, sell them to the distributor, who then sell them to the customer. So manufacturer can directly sell to the customer as well as they can have a middle organization like distributors. That distributor alternatively sells to the customer, and then the revenues are generated. If we talk about how manufacturers are making money, so manufacturers are making money by selling to the distributor or to the other manufacturers. So by selling their products or services to the customer or the distributor, they are generating their revenue. Second type of model, which is generally come into the picture, and utilized by the organizations is distributor type. A distributor buys products from manufacturer and resells them to the retailers or the public. Generally, the car dealerships are there. All the car dealerships use this particular model, distributor model. And how they make money? Distributors charge a commission on the products they sell. So basically, the distributors are earning in the form of commissions. Okay, so that is a revenue model for distributor, that they ask commission when they sell a product to the customers. Then retailers, a retailer sells directly to the public after purchasing the product from distributors or wholesalers. Correct. So these are called as retailers, or for example, a new term is also called as e-tailers, like Amazon's or the Flipkart. They are called as retailers. In place of retailers, they are e-tailers because they are using the electronic media or the platform for selling the products of the different manufacturers. And whereas the various shops or the various points where you sell physical things, they are called as retailer. Again, how these retailers makes money? They charge a commission on the products they sell. So they ask the commission from the manufacturer or the superior when they sell a product to the public. Then franchise. A franchise can be a manufacturer, a distributor, or retailer. Means franchise can have a form of manufacturer or distributor or retailer, the parent organization or parent business model. Instead of creating a new product, the franchise use the parent business model and brand while paying royalties to it. Correct. So what is a franchise? It can be a manufacturer, distributor, or retailer. Means it will be just taking the parent business model. It will be the following the parent business model. It sells the product service created by the parent company or the franchisor, pays royalty to the franchisors. So if you are applying for franchisee, you have to pay royalties to the franchisors. And franchisees make money by selling their products or services. So, for example, you have McDonald's, Pizza Huts, or the other organizations. What they do, they just follow the business model of the parent company and they pay for it to the parent company. And they're earning the money by selling the product in the name of the parent business or parent organization. Then brick and mortar. Brick and mortar is basically, it's a traditional business model where the retailers, wholesalers, and manufacturers deal with the customer face to face in an office or in a shop or in a store that the business own or rent. So generally, when you go into the market and you purchase any product, say mobile phone or something like the day-to-day appliances, so you have an interaction with customer one to one or face to face, and that particular store will be owned by the organization or take on rents. E-commerce, as I already told, it's basically the using the electronic media for the business. So e-commerce business model is an upgradation of traditional brick and mortar business model. So in brick and mortar model, what you have a physical shop, or you have a shop on rent or own a shop. In e-commerce, in place of a shop, you have a web store on the internet. So you have a website or you have a web store which is you utilize for selling your products online. Then brick and clicks. A company that has both online and offline presence allows customer to pick up products from the physical stores while they can place the order online. So Brick and Clicks, what they do, they utilize the facility of the online services, or they display their products online, and a customer can place an order online, and then they can collect their product from the physical stores available in the market. So a company which is having both the online and offline presence is termed as brick and click model, business model, and it provides the facility of flexibility to customer. And it is more better that in the some remote areas where you cannot go into the stores frequently, so you can put your order online, and then after a particular time or at a fixed interval, you can go on to the physical shop and you can purchase the product. Example, almost all apparel companies nowadays following this particular type of brick and clicks model. Then nickel and dime. In this model, the basic product provided to all customers is very cost sensitive and has price as low as possible. So nickel and dime what do? They have such type of combinations where your product is very cost sensitive, and if you change the cost, it may likely that the customer will not going to purchase your product, or not taking your services. So what do you do in this particular product model? If your product is very cost sensitive, and with as you change your price, it will be affect the demand in your of your product in market. So what do? You go for the low price as far as possible, and for every other service that comes within a certain different amount is charged. Means you provide your cost sensitive product at lowest possible cost, and then for the services which is connected with your basic product, you ask a charge or different amounts you charge for that particular services. So all low cost air carriers in the aviation industry, this type of model is used, where you have all low cost air carriers which provide your basic product at low cost, and they ask the different charges for different services. Freemium, which is very common again in nature. Many times you come across the online services where you provide a basic service free of cost, and after that, if you ask for the add-ons or the some better services, you have to pay some charges for the better services. Correct. So add-ons, if you're taking the add-ons, you have to pay more, or you have to pay for that add-on services. This is a most common business model on internet. Companies offer basic service to customer for free while charging a certain premium extra add-ons. So while you play games on different games on your mobile, you find that they're giving you very basic services or basic things. And if you want to go on some other levels or exciting levels, they ask to pay for that particular model or that particular services. Or when you go on online services like PDF services or creating PDF or creating video, like KineMaster and the various video platforms, video creating platforms are the best example of this. KineMaster give you the basic services free of cost, but if you want to use the other features for creating your better video, they ask for you to pay for availing these services. Okay, so and there are lots of long list for these types of services. Like you go for PDF reader, if you go for Acrobat PDF reader, so Acrobat PDF reader is free, but if you asking for Acrobat writer, then they ask to pay something for using the Acrobat writer. So there will be a multiple plans which various benefits for different customers. So basic service is free, and there are different services for according to the different customer, and they are asked different charges for providing the premium services. So basic service comes with certain restrictions or limitations, such as in-app advertisement, storage restrictions, and etc. So you can sometimes there are more advertisement during your services, and if you want to remove that ads or advertisement, then you can you have to pay for that services. Then next type of model is subscription, which is generally again in famous at in the internet. If customer acquisition costs are high, this business model might be the most suitable option. The subscription business model lets you keep customers over a long-term contact and get recurring revenues from them through repeated purchase. Example, Netflix, which is a very common example. Dollar Shave Clubs or your recharges of your TV television sets. In which what you do, you take a subscription, and after a fixed time, you have to again pay for availing these services on continuous basis. Okay, so they generate their revenues on the subscription basis, and a charge is asked after a particular fixed time of period. Then one of the most interesting type of business model, aggregator. You have heard about Uber, Oyo, Airbnb. So these are the basically a very new type of model in the market. What it's supposed to do in aggregator business model, the companies provided the various services and sell to their customer under a brand. So what Oyo have a brand, Uber is a brand, and they take help of the local services. The local services are provided under the brand of Uber or Oyo, and these particular organizations ask the commission from the local retailers or the local suppliers. So you can have the example of Uber and Oyo. What they do, they utilize the resources of the local resources available at the places. They give their name, brand name to these local services, and they ask commission in back to use their names from the local bodies. Then online marketplace. Online marketplace aggregate different sellers into one platform. So they place or they provide a platform where the different sellers can come to sell their products. The marketplace build its brand over different factors like trust, free and or on-time deliveries, quality sellers. So these are the prime factors for building a online marketplace. And for example, Amazon and Alibaba, which provides a platform to different sellers and buyers, a single platform where a buyer can come and select a particular product sold by the different manufacturer or the sellers. Okay, so I think these are enough to be about the types of the business model. There are lots of business model, and it will take or consume a very long time in discussions. So we are leaving some of the model here, and we go to the next point. The most curious point, many of you thinking that our business model and business plan are same or different. This question is crossing your mind from a long time when we started discussion about business model. So many of you want to know that business model and business plan are same. So the business model and business plan are different. Okay, let's try to understand the business plan. Business plan is a detailed roadmap how you want to develop the product or services. It's a formal statement of your business goals, a detailed plan with respect to attaining those goals. Whereas, on the other hand, A business model is where you conceptualize your business or define it. So please try to understand the difference. These both terms are used interchangeably many a times. Many people use these both terms interchangeably. So business plan is a detailed roadmap how you want to develop the product or services, whereas your business model is where you conceptualize your business or define it. It lays out the problems you want to solve. In business model, basically you define that what type of problem you are going to solve, how you plan to monetize the value you are delivering for your own venture. Correct. So in business model, you are talk about the sustainability, monetizing the value, and solving the problems. Okay. In other words, your business model is the basis on which you create your business plan. So you are building your business plan on the basis of business model. The business model is at the center, and your business plan is developed over your business model. Okay, so I think I am able to create the concept between the business plan and business model. And lastly, the most important, how you develop an ideal business model. Your strategy for making your startup work for you will decide its competitiveness in the market. You would want to gain a sustainable advantage over long time. Developing the right business model requires similar efforts as developing the right product. Okay, so developing a business model is again a very crucial step and requires a lots of effort, and it is that much critical that to identify a good idea and convert it into the right product. So there are some guidelines how you develop an ideal business model. Size your product's value in the market. You have to consider what type of value you are going to provide in the market, how you are going to solve the problems of your customer, and how you provide the value to your customer. Acquire high value customers. You must consider that those customers which you provide the high value, they are high value customers, and they are satisfying the with your product with respect to your price. Ensure sufficient high margin. When you develop a business model, you must consider your profit margin, and for that you have to consider your cost of manufacturing as well as the price you are going to ask from your customers. So you have to consider your resources as well as the cost of manufacturing, and you have to keep it as low as possible so that your profit margin will be high. See if your product is the best solution available. When you develop your business model, you have to must consider that whatever the solution you are providing to your customer is the only solution for customer problems, or you can say it should be the best one solution available to the customer compared to the other alternatives available in the market. So try to incorporate such features in your product that solve the customer problems in a best way at reasonable cost. Ensure customer satisfaction. Yes, customers are in the center part of the organization, and you have to ensure the customer satisfaction. So whatever type of business model you are going to opt, or what value proposition you are going to provide your customer, you have to ensure that you are satisfying your customer, or more or less you must delight your customer. Okay, so if you are delighting your customer, then that is so good. Decide on the channel and distribution strategy. Obviously it is going to make impact on your delivery time, your services, your brand image in the market. So properly decide the channel and distribution strategies, how you are going to distribute your product to this customer, and ensuring that it should be delivered on time. Correct? So according to that, select a proper channel of distribution channel for your own venture or the startup. Maintain market position. Try to maintain your market position. Try to maintain your position into the market constantly, on a constant basis. And for that, take measures that you are identifiable in the market. You are having your market positions, and you are holding your position into the market. Formulate funding strategy. Obviously, most important aspects of any organization, the funds should be available timely and in well manner. So formulate your funding strategy, from where you get your funds and how you are going to allocate that funds to your venture, or allocate to different parts of your venture, and uh, how you will manage this particular funds, cash flows are there. And lastly, execute a pilot rollout. Execute a pilot rollout means we are talking about the business model canvas. So a particular strategy is there to check all these things. Business model canvas is there. So that will be another topic for discussion. That how you will build a business model canvas, and you look like your or you can execute different activities of business, and you can understand the all the parameters of your business. So execute a pilot rollout with the help of business model canvas. So these are the some guidelines how you can develop your ideal business models. And lastly, the final thought. Of course, most companies do not operate on any one of these business model, but rather on combination of some. So if you find that any organization running on a single model, it is not possible. They run their business on combination of this business model, and may have their own business model, different type of business model. Or maybe in near future you find the new business model which is come into existence. So, like it's perfectly possible for you to be a brick and clicks at low test retailer or high test subscription based manufacturer. Okay, so that is all about the business model. Any questions, please? If anyone having any query or questions, you may ask. So please,
Thank you so much, sir.
sir,
Uh,
anybody having any query or questions? So
if there are any queries, you can simply write into chat box or just raise your hand. I will unmute you for discussion.
please.
Hello.
Yes.
One question I want to ask. Some include one business model.
So
Is
you are
there
not audible, sir. Your voice is having very fluctuation, breaking.
hello? Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes.
My question is, you have wonderfully explained various business models. Is there any agency that checks that whether this business model that you are proposing is ethical or not? As today or day before, we heard that Rapido, which is a bike taxi, it is not authorized to run in Indore, but it may be authorized to run in other states or other cities as well. So, is there any? Do you know any agency which checks that this model is ethical or not?
Sir, basically there is no such agency to ensure that your business model is good or not. Basically, what a business model? Business model is basically a conception of their own venture, that how you are going to provide the service, and in turn you monetize the values. So there is not such an agency. Yes, your product will run into market or not. There are the governing bodies. So according to governing bodies, you have to develop your product. But for business model, there is no such agency which will be ensure that your product business model is ethical or not. ओके सो प्रोडक्ट की लाइबिलिटी या प्रोडक्ट की सर्विसेज ऑथराइज करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज हैं, रूल्स हैं, रेगुलेशंस हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक वी हैव BS6 और BS4. This is the governing rules for the automobile that according to BS6 you have such rules for the pollution content of the from automobile. So these are the governing rules. They can authorize that your product is can be run into the market or not. But for business model, there is no such governing bodies. We will ensure you that your business model is ethical or not. So business model is totally the concept of the organization itself, and it's basically related to the providing the service and generating the revenues.
Okay, thank you.
But still you can take the help from the experts or the other agencies to help out to build a good business model. Means what you can do, you can take the advice from the experts who are in the area of production or providing these services in long term, and you can take the judgment or the rank of your business model. So expert can help you to make a more good business model.
Okay, thank you, Kiran.
Yes. Yes, Lekha sir, please.
Sir, thank you for a wonderful presentation. And my question is, the Mumbai Dabbawala business model is of which category, according to you?
Mumbai Dabbawala, sir, basically it's a type of on-demand, I think so, which is in case of where according to the demand of customer, they fulfill the requirement. Means the Dabbawala, what they do, they ask for the customer to give their requirements. Means I want to use this particular service. So I think so that will be put in on-demand type of business model. And maybe it's a type of some type of combination of any type of business model we have discussed. But for my understanding point of view, I think it's on demand of type.
Any other questions?
So if there are no more queries,
Yes, Sagar Pandya sir, go ahead, please.
so
The attendance link is available in chat box. I request all the participants to fill the same. And it was a very wonderful session. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. And we are all benefited from your words. With this, we now come to end this webinar. But before we close this webinar, it's time to acknowledge the efforts of all those who have contributed to this webinar.
Sagar sir, just a minute. Siddhant is raising
Yes,
the
sir.
hand. Siddhant,
Sir,
go ahead,
chat
please.
box,
Ask
chat
your.
box is disabled, sir.
No, you can ask your question now, Siddhant.
Sir, you tell us to fill the attendance in chat box. The chat box is disabled.
Just a minute.
You have to write attendance in Google form format. Okay, the attendance link is available in the chat box.
Feedback
You do not
link,
have to
huh?
write in the chat box.
No need to write your attendance in a chat box. You feedback link is available to you. Give your feedbacks, please.
thank you very much. Thank you all the attendees. Thank you, Medical University. Again, I will to end with this particular quote. See dreams from where I start. See dreams, see big dreams, and chase them and keep chasing unless and until you convert them into the reality. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, sir. And I also sincerely thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Sunil K. Somani, sir, a renowned name in technical education, for his guidance and motivation that helped us to organize such events. And his vision inspire us to work hard consistently. And I also thank Dr. Pradyumna Nadav, Registrar, Medicops University, for all-round support which led to smooth conduction of this webinar. And I also thanks to Dr. Sarita Kansal ma'am, Head of Medicaps Incubation and Innovation Cell, and Professor Ramjan sir, Head of eCell, for all their support to organize this webinar. And I also thank to all the members of Medicaps Incubation and Innovation Cell for their support for this webinar. And I would also thank to the members of supporting team, Mr. Suryakant Soni sir, Amrita Mantri ma'am, Mr. Gajan Singh sir, for their backend support as always. And at last, I would like to thank all the participants who made this webinar successful by actively interacting with the speakers. Before we end this seminar, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the you who sincerely committed to this event and make it success. This event would have been impossible without the support of each and everyone present here. With this, we come to end this webinar, and at last, write your attendance in feedback form, and please give us feedback on that feedback form available in chat box. Do not write attendance in chat box. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Kiran Vivrekar sir, once again for this wonderful session. Thank you, Ramdaran sir, and all the other members of MIIC and ECL.
Thank you, Sagar sir. Thank you very much for our vote of thanks. I think everyone should give your feedback. Honestly, thank you very much. Surkant sir.
Sir, may I close the meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Thanks.